Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitor's sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. Across from him, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Cleveland. Sheds off the tackle. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Chase. He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Burrow going to keep it running right. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
And to say that this is a big spot is the classic understatement. It's a ton of pressure on this rookie quarterback as he gets to play right away. And let's face it, he's trying to take in every moment from his first start, but at the same time, he's got to focus on what's in front of him.
Off the play fake, Gabriel. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Got a man. It's Kayshon Boutte. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's Burrow. That pass complete. Here's Boutte with it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
A loss of 2 brings up second down at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Gets this complete to Butte. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the gun on third down is Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Burrow. This is Fant on the short completion. Second down and 6 now from the 26.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Browns' 26-yard line.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
First down, Bengals.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Brings up second.
Burrow will throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Burrow looking to pass. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll run it with Pirine. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Samaje Pirine denied on fourth down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They will start this drive with Ford. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. From the 21, here's second and 2.
Second down at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw. Gabriel. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up third down. And
from the gun on third down. Gabriel. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Cincinnati.
How many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 48-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle made at the 42.
First down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That was short one to Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down.
Up the middle, here's Pirine. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Kayshon Boutte. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns set to take over. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. Gabriel out quickly to Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got it first down as he's up to the 48. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
That's good for a first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run with 4. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, they turn to 4. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Gabriel over the middle, complete to Judy. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun. Gabriel. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. B.J. Hill. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Bengals drive about to get going. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Hand off here for P-Ryan. And we'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And dropping it off underneath, here's P-Ryan. Now 2nd and 3.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the Browns' 40-yard line.
Now back to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle made down at the 33. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and a yard. They'll hand it to P-Ryan. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Higgins goes in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Kayshon Boutte Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. A quick hitter complete. It's full. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
A gain of 4 brings up second down.
A final shot before break. Gabriel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. It's Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and
Scott,
Charles
thank you very
Davis.
much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. But we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them, and now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Shamar Stewart. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Gabriel. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
At the 46-yard line.
And the tight end goes in motion left. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andre Yoshivas. 53 yards. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The long touchdown touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cleveland offense making their way out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st down, Cincinnati.
They'll run again with Pirine. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
9 yards. The Bengals 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Garrett able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling
They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good. 4.
On the ground, it's 4. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Taken down at the 41.
And a stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gabriel. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A gain of a yard.
Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. B.J. Hill getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gabriel under pressure, and they got to him again. B.J. Hill, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now a carry for P-Rod. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
First down, Bengals.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after him, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run. That's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They run it with Dion on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Second down at the 47.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. To the sideline and incomplete. The fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less, so these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 8-yard
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
10 yards. That's good for a Browns first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That's how multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. This is 4th. Over a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Hendrickson on the tackle. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, that is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hitting the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taking it about the 16. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First down, Cincinnati.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now P-Ryan. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Pearson on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.